Good morning, my name is Tina Seeger, and today we're going to talk about stress. The things we're going to talk about today is how stress affects your body, why it is important to manage stress, examples of stress that I've experienced that did and did not work, and strategy and techniques for management of stress. But first, let's define stress. Webster Dictionary defines stress as a state of mental or emotional strain or tension resulting from adverse or very demanding circumstance. Next, let's take a look at how stress affects the body. First, the nervous system. In the brain, the hypothalamus is like the command center which communicates to the autonomic system. It controls the heart, blood vessels, temperature, and breathing. The autonomic nervous system has two components, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. Sympathetic is like a gas pedal. It's the fight or flight that you've heard about many times. Fight or flight determines if you're going to run or stay and face the threat of stress head on, and it gives you a burst of energy. Parasympathetic is like the brake pedal. It gives you time to rest and digest. It relaxes the body after the danger has passed. Next, hormones. During stress, the body releases many hormones. Two of these are cortisol and adrenaline. Cortisol releases sugar into the bloodstream, which prepares your body to respond to threats. Adrenaline increases heart rate and blood pressure. And like cortisol, adrenaline releases sugar and fat into the bloodstream to give you energy. You may have felt something referred to as an adrenaline rush if you've ever rock climbed, skydived, or even fought a bear. The importance of stress management is that it reduces health problems, it improves your relationships, increases your work and personal production, and overall it helps with your mental and physical and emotional well-being. And last, the heart. Chronic stress or long-term stress can increase your heart rate and cause your arteries to constrict. The hormone cortisol can create a plaque buildup in the heart, which leads to high blood pressure and can cause damage to the heart muscle, leaving you at risk for heart attack or even death. Next, I want to talk to you about stress that I've experienced at work and what did and did not work. Things that I experienced at work that can be stressful are deadlines, production, quality and audits, and a lot of times coworkers would interrupt me for help, and frequent emails that I also would receive can be overwhelming at times. First, deadlines. Sometimes my mind would wander, and instead of thinking about other things outside of work, I would have to refocus myself and have some hardiness and be resilient through that time and redirect myself back. Next, production. Sometimes if my numbers were low, I would beat myself up, and instead of doing that, I would focus on how to improve and have optimism and positive thinking instead of the negative thinking about my production being low. Quality. I would obsess over my quality. I would constantly be checking the audits several times a day, and instead of doing that, I would have some self-efficacy, or I would believe in myself that I did my work correctly, and instead of checking it multiple times a day, I would just check it once a day. Coworkers. The coworkers that stopped by would ask me many times for help, and sometimes I just didn't have time to stop my work. So I redirected them to their supervisor, or I asked them if it was something I could help them after I finished my work. And finally, emails. I get frequent emails, and instead of avoiding them, which sometimes I did, I would set my computer to send me a notification, and I would look at the subject line and prioritize whether I needed to open it up or not. And if I didn't, I would just set it to the side and look at them at the end of the day. So everyone has stress, and maybe some of these things that I'm about to tell you will help you. So stress management techniques. Expression. You can write in a journal, or you can confide in a friend. Sometimes writing things down or telling someone about your stressful day, sometimes it helps to just get it out there. And then next, calming techniques. There's meditation, where you just take a few minutes to kind of clear your mind and just quietly sit, or prayer. Prayer also works. And activity. It can be yoga, it can be walking, it can be exercise, just do something physically that can help with the stress. We all deal with stress every day, and it's how you handle it that determines your success. I hope that these things that I've talked about today will help you deal with your stress. Thank you.
Great.